Well, my main goal has been to get God's attention, one way or another, to get him to see what's going on this foundation planet Stargate of Earth. So, one way or another, that's going to get done or has already been done. Now, the Watchmen, are they leading me on, you know, with their falsehoods of having a seal? I don't believe they mean to, but if they are the final flock, I don't see the symbolism that would project that. Unless you go off of the Leon Payne being there, Kobe Bean Bryant. So it is a type of conundrum because I have to do things that are for the Watchmen to say, okay, that was their Kobe Bean Bryant, the Leon Payne. And then I counter that with not getting Snap crucified. So it makes me send a text or get a meal. You know, I have to do these things that are constantly, it's all an Ouroboros. And I don't like that. I don't like having that in my life whenever they could just tell me, no, we're not on the playing field. We are players. We do the Ariana Grande, world ending rooms like Dabu, but we are not players in this game of seals. And a deal signed, sealed, delivered on yours. So the Leon Payne could be their rings, as in the Frodo sense, or it could be a type of Michael J. White for myself. Okay. So I'm not against you. I'm not taking your seal if you are, killing these cops, 7711, and if you are the trickle down of the Baushalisha Ben V, we need to know what is really going on here and not play games with Ben Hur and say everything's okay. We're on the side of the adder. Let's play this game like we have a seal. This is nothing to play around with. This is jail time. This is spirit weapons. This is gay. This is Vatican. This is rising up, defeating a shark. This is lifting up the native woman in the car at the health park while smoking a pipe, okay, with the Dan tribe symbolism of the four beasts of the Revelation, horses at the altar. This is the Jensen Lone Mountain going on the plank across and meeting a cop halfway who stepped into the sand, and I did not step into the sand. This is the cud of the water bottle of Zachary Daniel Bowerback, and touching that whenever I met him at the pool at Sterling. These are rising up and defeating your enemies. This is not let's play around and have fun here because everyone is, fucked off or checked out and we don't care. So I would like a little more respect for the deal instead of acting like you have it when you don't. And I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm just saying show some respect. Okay? This is not a game. This is very serious. The people that came before me, like Tom Hanks, Adam Sandler, Beyonce, everyone that was on TV today for all of the Christmas extravaganza, they all went through it. They were in jail 1 day or 200 days or 7 years. They were like Damien and Antipas Pitt, like Nicolas Cage, who said, "I'm going to go to the Tom Bunk and nosedive into the toilet and see if that ends my life." This is not a game. This is not a game. Mr. T, if you feel like you're suffocating, imagine feeling like you're having these dreams every night of Zion, snowflakes, and molecules. Make you throw up at night like Daniel. Imagine doing all that after you've conquered everything in the smoke through a circle of life, and that's after you went through it with your girl, where she was a velociraptor and you didn't know it. And you're having to do all this Batman stuff. The only thing you can say to her is, "Girl, I'm doing Batman stuff. I'm on a whole different level." While you listen to her, talk bad about your dog or talk bad about you, saying you don't go fast enough. And you're having to circumnavigate. That's not what she meant. Okay? I was a swimmer. There's a lot of pride in that. My trophy that I got my senior year was pride. The eagle. Joe Biden just signed off the bald eagle as the new, national animal. Joe Biden's doing everything against me. I'm having to fight him. He's doing everything against my scrolls. I'm having to fight him every step of the way. Because he's the waster, Mickey Rourke. You don't want to acknowledge that? He's the baker at the top of the glyph that you turn upside down, Jonathan Kleck. I'm not mad. I'm just telling you what it is. So show some respect. This is a real deal here. If you send a text and you got something, then you need to go forward. Don't be acting like, "Oh, we're the weather. Man, I'm the weather. Climate change is the Revenant. The Revenant is Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you have Sawzall blade scars on your neck? When you saved your dad and the whole herd moved with you? Are you on the clone trooper starship going back for Padme, having to figure out what you're going to do in the moment, in the situation? If you're going to go back for Padme, if you're going to fight the devil? And the whole time you're Yoda with taxes? You think you fight Trump and this Ben-Hur, and you think you have taxes from the covenant, but do you really? Did you look at that star? I got Paul Begley saying, "No, we didn't look at it." Why? Because in the word now it says, it all got removed. We wide it like we're Michael J. Fox. Man, you don't know nothing about Michael J. Fox. Did you have a dream where he said all you have to do is stand up, and you were in the ocean and you stood up, and it was like Leon Payne in the ocean? Another connection? And then you want to say Enter the Stars like, "Oh, we got all these connections from the comic books." Yeah. Did the adder put that there? Did the adder put that there, or did you find it really? Were you into it and really found it? Was it in your life? This is my life. So I would like a little more respect here. Like, you can't play games with this stuff. You can't be killing cops and acting like everything's okay. I mean, if you have something to do, then do it. Don't put it on me, man. You know, I'm doing the first fruits and everything, getting the meals, and then boom, somebody dies. Oh, he owes the father. He owes jail of the father. Boy, you don't even know nothing about that. I've got more than 7 saves of my dad. More than 7. I can count them all. Starting from when I was a kid, Taco Bell spill in the car. Not to mention Sawzall Blade and 2 pits, Antipass, and 8 months. Where they said they were going to shoot my mom in the head and replace her with a clone. So that's 2 pits, that's mom and dad right there. That's all you need to know. Don't come at me with that bullshit. Acting like, oh, now we're gonna hoist up and do all this to get him to do something again. That should be the last thing on your mind. Always. You should always protect me. It should never be a question. There is no question. I don't care what the cats say or anyone else who has 0 information about me. 0. They know nothing. I haven't told them shit. They know nothing about me, man. And that's how it's going to stay too, because I'm hidden in God's hand, in the shadow of his hand. Isaiah 51. If you can't read it, go back to school. Like Chase, who came out of the darkness like Dom when he was fucking this big girl. So, I've been through it, man. I've been through it, and I've earned my stripes. No one's going to take that away from me. Let's light up. Everyone that came before me, something goes wrong in their deal every time. They're not Zion. They didn't go all the way with a two-wheeled bicycle. That's why. Because something went wrong or they were killed, something happened to them. That's why, Groxt. That's why. If it looks like, well, no one's watching him, we don't know what he's doing. It's just go and go until you can't go no more. Well, that's what we're doing because we're getting God's attention. That's what the fuck I'm doing. And these things, people like, they go down. They go down, man. Something brings them down to the ground. And they snap crucify. And they Y out. They're Michael J. Fox for real. That's what happens to them. All these guys you see on the screen. This whole screen. Everyone. That's what happens to them, man. It is not a joke. And you think, well, they killed Brock and then they're famous. Mr. Tynes. I'm big. I'm the biggest. I'm the largest. He liked Minister Paul. Well, let's be evil then, Minister Paul. Let's be evil like Mr. Tynes. Yeah, and then we'll get famous like him. That's not what the fuck happened. That's not what it is. They're dissing Boba. They're dissing him. You don't even realize it. They're saying they're a joke. Pergamus. Wake the fuck up. They're not saying, oh, shout out to Bobo. We really like him. That's not what the fuck they're doing, man. That's not what they're doing. Get it right. Get it right, man. Step up your game. If you want to find the composer that's dancing in the Indiana Jones, then find it and know that God has come back. And it's possible that he touched Dawn on the shoulder. And it was like Armageddon. His whole life flashed before his eyes. He went straight to the wedding feast. Name is went straight to the wedding feast. Now we got the rest of the bottomless pit. And God is Apollyon. That's what it looks like to me. Okay? No, man, I'm really not mad. I'm just speaking like I gotta get this off my chest sometimes and just say like, look, I gotta set you straight. Like you're acting like a little bitch that's like got some sort of funny deal and you think it's like fun or something. Like you're not putting it together. Like this Stephen A. Smith right here, you know how much screen time he gets because he went through it, man. It's not a joke. Like you have to really go through it. Like I'm not playing around. Like these guys, Reeves, who had a good game, LeBron, we've talked about Shakespeare, all that. It is not a joke, man. It is not a joke. Like they really went through it. And you can say, well, they're fallen now, everything changed. Darth Vader says, I'm your father. He doesn't say, I am your father. He says, I'm your father. Well, look, that's all meant for the time that was going on before we got into October of this year. Now it all changes back, and it's going to be respectable. And they had in their scrolls to do that. It's not just willy-nilly, like we're just gonna fuck off for a while and who cares? And Brock's not watching us, so he's the only one we care about if he sees our stuff. So if the Watchmen get, if they get down a tunnel and then they look at the Christmas star because we led them astray, it's on them. Fuck them. Send them to hell. Put them in the fucking ground. No, you have to be stronger than that.